Today, we are going to crown the best legend in MLB history. To settle this debate, we have the 32 best legends divided into a March Madness style bracket, with 16 of the best hitters being on the left-hand side and 16 of the best pitchers on the right-hand side. These players will go head-to-head against one another in a 5-round elimination tournament filled with different challenges. After 5 rounds, we will have our champion. Starting in round 1, we have added every legend to franchise mode. We will sim the entire season, and at the end of the year, whoever has the highest WAR will advance to the next round. First matchup, we have the 1 vs 16 seed Barry Bonds vs Honus Wagner, and this was a lot closer than anticipated, with Honus Wagner having a 9 WAR. Hell of a season, but it's no match for Barry Bonds, who put up a 10 WAR season. Barry Bonds moves on to the next round. Babe Ruth puts up an 11.5 WAR season, and his counterpart Rogers Hornsby only put up a 6. Babe Ruth advances easily. No major upsets so far, and the trend of top seeds winning continues as Hank Aaron puts up a 9.8 WAR season compared to Mike Schmidt, who I honestly thought had a chance with his 7.8 WAR. He was no match for the home run king. A-Rod has a slight advantage with a 7.9 WAR compared to a 7.4 WAR from Frank Robinson. And then in the battle of center fielders between Willie Mays and Mike Trout, Willie Mays has a slight edge of 5.9 to 5.7. And it's just getting as close as it can possibly get, but there's still no upsets in the battle of Griffey for Stan the Man, with Griffey gained a 5.8 WAR and Stan gained 5.7. That's about as close as you can get. May not be a major upset, but we have a lower seed moving on to the next round with 10 seed Ty Cobb and his 7.8 WAR knocking out Ted Williams in his 3.8 WAR. Did it in dominating fashion. Now we have a couple of Yankees going against one another, with 8 seed Mickey Mantle going against his counterpart Lou Gehrig. And Mickey Mantle actually moves on in this one with his monster season, which included an 11.3 WAR. Lou Gehrig did his best to keep up with 57 home runs, but he was only able to put up an 8.7 WAR, so Mickey moves on. Moving on to the pitching side of things, 1 seed Roger Clemens versus 16 Warren Spahn was a battle, with Roger Clemens coming out on top 4.7 to 4.4. Those 16 seeds are giving the 1 seed a run for their money. The big unit Randy Johnson faces Bob Feller in his big-time fastball, and Randy Johnson moves on easily with a 4 WAR compared to a 1.2. Christy Mathewson moves on with a 2.8 WAR compared to Steve Carlton's 2.2. We have our first major upset with Satchel Paige taking down Walter Johnson in a 3.8 WAR compared to 2.7. And Nolan Ryan struggled this year with a 0.4 WAR. Cy Young also struggled, but he was able to manifest a 2.8 WAR. Nolan just didn't have it this year. A dark horse to win this whole damn thing is Pedro Martinez. He was able to put up a 3.9 WAR going against another great pitcher in Tom Seaver, who was only able to get a 3 WAR. Pedro advances to the Sweet 16. And what was my favorite matchup at the pitching side of things was Sandy Koufax, the 7 seed, versus Bob Gibson, the 10 seed. But Bob Gibson dominated with a 4.4 WAR compared to Sandy only putting up a 2.1. He struggled in this era of baseball. And finishing off our first round is Clayton Kershaw, the 8 seed, versus Greg Maddux, the 9 seed. And Greg Maddux moves on with a 4 WAR compared to 3.7 from Kersh. The Sweet 16, we're switching things up a bit. We will have a separate challenge for the hitters, then we will for the pitchers, and it will remain this way for the rest of the tournament. Starting on the left-hand side of things, the hitters will compete against one another in a 1v1 home run derby. Our first matchup, we have an absolute slugfest with Mickey Mantle, Yankee great, going up against Barry Bonds, the all-time home run leader. This is gonna be insane. Drop your predictions on who wins down below. Starting out, we got Barry Bonds leading us off here. Got 4 minutes to hit as many home runs as he can, and he shows off the power first at bat, hitting one out. Bonds got off to a hot start, hitting 6 home runs in his first 6 pitches he saw. The man just could not be stopped and showed why he's the home run king, hitting 23 home runs. His longest was only 469. But now we got Mickey Mantle, who needs 24 home runs to win. And he do it for Kobe. Oh, taking that as a no. And even though never being able to fully get a run, Bkindel finished with 22 home runs, including this one to possibly tie it that just missed. But Barry Bonds ends up winning, and he will move on to the Elite Eight. And now we got Babe Ruth going up against Ty Cobb, who isn't exactly known for his power. And Ty Cobb showed he is more than just a contact hitter, belting 24 home runs for Kobe, which is more than even Barry Bonds had. But now we got Babe Ruth, who needs 25 to advance. And Babe Ruth showed why he is the home run king. He towering fly ball after towering fly ball, which took a lot of time off, but he still tied and finished with 24 home runs. And we're forcing overtime as time expires. Babe Ruth. We're going into our first tiebreaker. We got a 60-second swing off. All right, let's see if Ty Cobb's power was for real. It definitely helps that he hits mainly line drive home runs and not these towering fly balls that Ruth hit. And Ty Cobb struggled in overtime, only hitting 3 home runs. 3 home runs, man, that's not good. Babe Ruth should get this pretty easily. And Babe was able to win it on his first 4 swings. Ty Cobb teased us a little bit with an upset, but Babe Ruth, the 2 seed, moves on and survives a scare from a 5'7", 100-pound ripping wet man that played in the early 1900s. Man, just another banger of a matchup with Ken Griffey Jr. going up against Hank Aaron. We're only in the second round. These matchups are gonna get crazier and crazier as Hank Aaron just came out swinging the bat, finishing with 24 home runs, tying for the most so far. 482, we're still waiting for that first 500 shot. Griffey needs 25 to win, and he's got the backwards cap. First swing, Griffey just goes yak, my God. And let's not forget, Ken Griffey Jr. is a former home run derby champion, and he showed that by hitting bomb after bomb after bomb. Dude, he fucking did it. There's no way. I named my dog Griffey. I'm wearing the Griffey shirt. There's no way we were gonna let him lose this early on. 2 of the greatest home run hitters of all time finish off the Sweet 16 with A-Rod going up against Willie Mays. Willie Mays could do it all on the field, but right here, right now, he needs to show off that power, and he hit 660 of those things in his career. Willie Mays had a lot of ups and downs during his time out there and could never just find a consistent power surge. But yet, he was still able to finish with 23 home runs, putting the pressure on A-Rod. A-Rod only needs 24 once again for Kobe. Let's see if he can do it. And A-Rod showed why he needs to be a new legend in MLB The Show. Even though it felt like he did significantly better than Willie, this one came down right to the wire as he hits a home run with time expiring. A-Rod moves on to the Elite Eight, man. Wow, that was a battle to finish it out. Bonds, Ruth, A-Rod, and Griffey move on to the Elite Eight. Now we're on the pitcher's side of the Sweet 16. And the pitchers will compete in a challenge to see who can get the most consecutive strikeouts. Once they fail to strike out a guy, their round is over. Our first matchup, we got Roger Clemens and his 7 Cy Youngs going up against Clayton Kershaw, future Hall of Famer. Start out, we got Roger Clemens on the mound. Oh no, that's gonna be playable. That's gonna remain in play, and we're gonna have to catch it. Roger Clemens finishes with 5 consecutive strikeouts. And now we move on to Kersh. He needs to get 6 strikeouts in order to advance. Oh no, but Juan Soto makes contact, hits a weak fly ball to center field, but we gotta count it nonetheless. Clayton Kershaw only finishes with 2 Ks, and that means that Roger Clemens advances to the next round and will go to the Elite Eight. This is going to be more of an even matchup with a pair of flamethrowers in the big unit Randy Johnson, followed by Cardinal great Bob Gibson. First up, we got Randy Johnson on the mound. Oh no, he gives up a weak little hit to the first baseman on the splitter, and Randy Johnson's like done like that. Bravo, bravo. 8 strikeouts for him, and Bob Gibson's the poor sap that has to go against him. He has to get 9 strikeouts to advance. That's no easy task. Oh my God, and he's not gonna record a single strikeout. 100 miles up and in, he's late and flies out to left. Just like that, Bob Gibson's eliminated with ease. Now we got the 3 seed Christy Mathewson, who pitched in the early 1900s going against Pedro Martinez. Oh no, what a shame. He hits a weak fly ball. Oh no, Christy Mathewson gets 0. Oh my god, that old style pitching just doesn't work. Insane. Which means that Pedro Martinez only needs 1 strikeout to advance. And high cheese, no way he hits that. 0 chance, and just like that, he advances. He only needs the 1 strikeout. Which means the 6th seed Pedro Martinez advances to the Elite 8. Our final matchup of the Sweet 16 is between 2 pitchers maybe people don't know enough about, and that's the 5-seeded Cy Young, who obviously has an award named after him, and the 13th seeded Satchel Paige, who people may or now are familiar with after storylines. We'll have Satchel Paige start us up. Man, both these windups are just gonna be horrendous. For both these pitchers, I can put the first guy on base, otherwise we're gonna be here all day. Well, you're not, it'd be edited. I'm gonna be here all day. Oh no! He ends up getting a ground ball over the shortstop. It's a double play, but he only got 1 strikeout, man. These last couple rounds have been insane with the low scores. Satchel Paige needs 2 strikeouts to advance as the 13th seed all the way to the Elite 8. Satchel Paige moving on to the Elite 8, beating Cy Young. The Elite 8 is all about hitting absolute nuke shots and getting out of tough situations. On the hitter side, the objective is simple. Hit the furthest home run possible. The first one to hit a ball 500 plus feet advances. Starting out, we got Barry Bonds. Attempt number 24. Do it for Kobe, BB. Oh, that ball's actually absolutely annihilated. There's a chance. 500 feet! We did it! Barry Bonds finally hits it 500 on the dot. It only took him 24 attempts. Now we got A-Rod. It combined 1,400 home runs between him and Bonds. All right, man, we got to hit a home run right here. We're at 23 attempts. Need to hit 500 feet, otherwise we can only lose it. It's a perfect out, but I think there's no way, as we have hit it there the entire time with him. 470, damn, that's the furthest one he's hit yet. Here's attempt 24, yeah, he's out. And Barry Bonds is gonna move on to the Final Four, and he will face the winner of Babe Ruth versus Ken Griffey Jr., 2 of the best lefties to ever play the game. We're gonna start off here with Ken Griffey Jr. Hopefully this one goes a little bit quicker. Bro, he can't stop hitting it down that line. 498, no, fucking goddamn. You know what, fuck it, we're rounding that up too. I get to add a +5 increase. No, 503 is our final number. Ken Griffey Jr. gets it done. It's Ken Griffey Jr. We gotta give him some leeway. Next up, we got his opponent, number 2 seed, Babe Ruth. Now this is it. All he can do is tie. Otherwise, it's GG's. And it's gonna be GG's. Babe Ruth made a good run, but can't finish it off as Ken Griffey Jr., the 6th seed, makes it all the way to the Final Four. The hitter side of the bracket, we know who's moving on with the 1 seed, Barry Bonds, versus the 6th seed, Ken Griffey Jr. But now we have the Elite 8 for the pitchers. And the game's best pitchers were always able to get out of tough situations, even if self-inflicted. In this challenge, the bases are loaded with nobody out. The first pitcher to get out of it while the other does not moves on to the Final Four. Our first matchup, we got the 1 seed Roger Clemens versus the surprise out of this tournament, the 13 seeded Satchel Paige. We got Roger Clemens leading us off. And for this round, it will be played on Hall of Fame difficulty to make it even more challenging. It's shallow. Verdugo, oh, he's tagging. Got 99 speed on base, and he throws him out. Alex Verdugo. Roger Clemens, in his first attempt, gets out of the jam. Now we move on to Satchel Paige, who has to rebuttal. All right, Bob Gibson has to get out of this in order to move on and keep the Cinderella story running. Now it's up to Dominic Fletcher for the White Sox. Needs to get a hit, and he's not going to do that. Rolls over to Jackie, and we go to sudden death, which we're just going to keep this going. And he gets out of it again with a strikeout. Now you're putting Roger Clemens back against the wall. Oh no, that ball's hit deep. 59 speed. He might be able to make that. We're going to have to hit the cutoff. Need a good throw. And no, he scores, and just like that, Satchel Paige is moving on to the Final Four as a 13 seed. And now we got Randy Johnson versus Pedro Martinez, another epic matchup. Ball's hit the center. We got a good throw, 68 speed. Is he gonna go? He is going. Oh my God, Bernie, He's safe! Oh my god! Now all Pedro Martinez needs to do is get out of it. And no, it's down the line, and he gives up a run. He folds under pressure and can't get it done right there. On to sudden death again. Similar to last time, this time we're gonna start with a person just went in Pedro Martinez. Oh no, that ball is smoked. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to throw anybody out. 99 speed, no chance. Pedro just gave up a run in both at bats. And instead, Randy Johnson now has a chance to end this. We gotta go up and in with the fastball here. See if it ends it. He paints the corner. Randy Johnson moves on to the final four after his back was against the wall. Pedro couldn't clutch up. We now have the four greatest players in MLB history in Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. representing the hitters, and Randy Johnson and Satchel Paige representing the pitchers. The hitters will play continuously trying to get a cycle. Whoever gets a single, double, triple, and home run first moves on. Each player is going to get one at-bat to contribute towards what they need before the other one gets a chance to rebuttal. Whoever gets the cycle first wins. Both players just need a triple to advance, and what better field than do it at the legendary Polo Grounds? If we hit it, like right there, for example, we are going to be running all day. Don't go over the wall. Oh my God, it stayed in. Ken Griffey Jr. gets the triple that he needed. And the 6-seeded Ken Griffey Jr. knocks off the 1-seed Barry Bonds, is going to the championship. Now we gotta find out what pitcher he's gonna face in Randy Johnson or Satchel Paige. And in this challenge, the pitching side of things, we want to now see how nasty you can be. The first to get 10 strikeouts moves on to the championship, and the loser lives with knowing that they were close, yet came up short. Leading this off, we got Satchel Paige. Just cause his windup's so delivery, we're gonna walk the first guy. We're gonna pitch out the stretch this whole game. Now we got Randy Johnson, who can take a big commanding lead right here. Satchel Paige is up first with a chance to get to 10 right away. Once we get to 10 though, we have to stop and give Randy a chance to rebuttal. If all of a sudden he ties it, then we just keep going. Each person, once they got 1K, we switch, and whoever doesn't get a K, they end up being eliminated. And there's one. We're at 9 with Satchel. And there it is. That's strikeout number 10. So this is how this is going to work. Randy Johnson has to get 2 strikeouts to tie Satchel Paige before getting an out, since Satchel Paige didn't allow a ball hit last inning. Oh, and just like that, Randy Johnson's eliminated on a line drive to second base. He has no chance of winning, and Satchel Paige, the 13 seed, knocks off Randy Johnson and is going to the championship to face Ken Griffey Jr. Bro, who saw this coming? We now have the greatest hitter in MLB history versus the greatest pitcher in MLB history by MLB The Show standards. This next challenge was inspired by the man who changed the game forever, and that's Shohei Ohtani. This is the two-way player challenge. Whichever player can hit a home run and record a strikeout in the least amount of attempts will be crowned our champion. We're gonna start out here with Ken Griffey Jr. batting. So of course the home run for the player is gonna be a lot easier than the strikeout, and then the strikeout for the pitcher is gonna be a lot easier than a home run. But I think Griffey, he might have missed that one. Get up there in the wind. No, he just has warning track power. Griffey, the no-doubter, in his second attempt, he's on the board with the home run. He just needs to get the strikeout. No idea how hard or easy that's going to be for him. And now we have Ken Griffey Jr. pitching. Dude, this is like high school level pitching. We'll see how this goes. He starts out with a strike that's actually kind of a dot. I feel like the curveball has nothing on it, so our fastball and dotting it like this is our only chance. We have a chance here. We're up 1-2. Can we go up and in with the fastball? He strikes him out. Oh my God, the up and in fastball. 80 miles an hour from Ken Griffey Jr. And Ken Griffey Jr. got a home run and a strikeout on the mound in 4 attempts. He needs to get the strikeout in his first at bat. I feel like the home run, though, is going to be very hard for him to get. Oh, and he swings and misses. That's the strikeout. Now we got Satchel Paige, the batter, and to make things a little bit easier for him, we are playing at this highly elevated short stadium that's meant for home runs. He can get it in 2 attempts. He moves on, but instead he's going to ground out to shortstop. Going against one of the game's best in Gallen, and he hits another ground ball over to third base. Best he can do now is tie it. This is definitely a much harder challenge for the pitchers. Gotta be patient. We've been chasing that junk. We're going against one of the game's best in Zach Allen. Oh, there it is. Satchel Paige. Did he get it? Oh, just short of the warning track. And just like that, Satchel Paige is eliminated. But with no chance to win, Ken Griffey Jr. in his 4 attempts to get a home run and a strikeout. And he is the champion of the Best Legends tournament. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and in the comment section, let me know any other tournaments you'd like to see in the future.